I'm trying to record this episode today. As you can see, Barry will not leave me alone for today's episode. It's making it really difficult for me to actually record this episode in any meaningful way. So, Barry, might as well just include him in it instead. I intended on going outside. Oh my god. I intended on going outside for today's episode to talk about why. I've called this episode, I think it's episode 8. I've called this episode Why? Just because. That's it. I'm gonna have to go outside to get rid of this. Because he will not leave me alone right now. There's just no way I'm going to get this episode done otherwise. So I'm going to go outside to kind of appease Barry. Barry! Oh, nearly fell over him then. Come on, Barry. Barry! Come on. It's a bit colder than I expected out here, actually. Yeah, so today's episode, why? Just because. I was in the pub on Friday and I was chatting to some people, you know, just about life and things like that, like you do when you're in a pub. And we got talking about things that we do, and someone that I was sat with decided to mention all of the things that I do. You know, the things like a podcast, things like this video, the things like blogging and writing a book and all those things. Somebody decided to mention it. I didn't mention it, I didn't choose to. And they just said one simple thing, why? And they laughed, and you know, we all laugh because it's a bit ridiculous, the amount of things that I do. We just sat there for a bit, and I came up with a bit of a half-arsed answer, to be honest, and I said a couple of things that I'm going to mention in this episode, but none of the ones that really satisfied me enough. So I'm going to run through why I do the things that I do, and why I think maybe you should do some of the things that I do too. So here goes. Number 1. The most obvious one really is I want to get better. And I think we should all want to get better. We should all want to get better all of the time. I mean, what's the point in being on this planet? What's the point in sitting here and even watching this video if you're not bothered about getting better? If you're not bothered about improving? If you're not bothered about becoming better at your job or better at a skill or whatever it is you're doing? If you're not bothered about improving, what's the point in even being here? What's the point in going home every night and just watching TV and vegetating and yeah, what's the point? So that's really one of the big reasons why I do all the stuff that I do, because I want to get better all of the time. Number 2, this is a big one for me. I'm impatient. I'm very impatient. This has come from the very beginning when I started my career as a designer. I've always wanted to get better, and I'm impatient about getting better, so I choose the easiest way to do the things and to do more of the things is to just do things endlessly. I do lots of stuff because I'm impatient and I want to get better as quickly as I possibly can. The easiest way for me to do that is to do loads of stuff, do endless amounts of stuff. And that's why I kind of do it all, because I always want to become better and I want to get better. And I'm impatient. I'm really impatient. Number 3, there just isn't enough time on this planet to sit around doing nothing. There really isn't. We all think we've got an infinite amount of time to just sit around and to do nothing and to just watch TV and read pointless books and read and do pointless things, but we actually haven't. You're gonna die one day, and actually you've only got... Hold on, I need to check if the cat's still in the garden because I let Barry out. Oh yeah. There he is. You've got less time than you even realise on this planet, and sitting around and doing pointless stuff and vegetating only kind of amplifies that stuff. And really, you've probably only got a good 40 years on this planet in peak condition, maybe 50 if you look after your body. So it's really important you spend all of that time doing as much good stuff as you can to make the latter years better, obviously. And there isn't enough time, truly, there isn't enough time to sit around and do nothing. Number 4, I'm undisciplined. I'm undisciplined, really undisciplined, without a rigorous schedule, and it's why I fill my life with so much stuff. If I've got nothing to do on an evening, I don't do anything. I watch TV just like you and like everybody else. I'll sit down and watch YouTube endlessly for hours until 2 a.m. If I haven't got loads of stuff to do, like a podcast, like this video, like reading and writing and all that stuff, if I haven't got those things to do, I'll sit around and do nothing forever. So yeah, I need to do this stuff to make sure I do the stuff, which is a bit of a weird point. And number 5, and the final one, is just because. I don't have to justify myself to anybody. I do it because I want to improve. I do it because I can. I do it because I'm able-bodied and I'm able-minded. And if I'm on this planet, why should I not do this stuff, really? If I'm on this planet and I'm lucky enough to have a brain, and I'm lucky enough to have all these skills that I have, and a voice, and eyes, and all of these fantastic things I do, why would I not use the things that I've got? Why? So yeah, it comes back to the title of this episode. Why? Just because. Barry's still there, lurking around in the garden. So thank you so much for watching. That was episode 8 or something of this podcast. Not podcast at all, not podcast. Cut that. That was episode 8 of this video. I hope you're enjoying these videos. I'm going to desperately try and make them come out on a Friday now. The last 2 weeks I haven't managed Friday because I've been too busy, but I've figured that out now. I've definitely figured that out, so we should be okay. So I'm going to be back next Friday, fingers crossed, with another episode just like this one. If you enjoy this, go check out my podcast as well at getdoingthings.com/podcast. See you next week.